18th at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Ball up, suck it up, man. You get work behind your jail, man. Stop the bullshit. All right, you hear me? Work. I won't work. Come on. I want you to work. Work behind your jail. Bring to it behind your jail.
The BOXFATHER, Skip Crumpler.
This is the BOXFATHER. I'm blessed to be 71 years old today. Today is the BOXFATHER birthday. Yeah, BOXFATHER's feeling good. 71 years old today.
On D Hall People Show.
Stop getting on the road. Listen to me. You listen to me. Get up out there and fight.
Hello, this is Skip Crumpler, aka the BOXFATHER. Wednesday night, June the 18th at 8 p.m. I will be on the D Hall in the People Show. So bring your questions and comments. This is going to be a great, I repeat, a great show. This has been a J York production. See you then.
In North Carolina, there's only one podcast. The podcast of the people. We report the news. We report the opinions. We give the people a voice. We give the people the plug. Plug into the People's Show. A J York production.
Good evening. Hello to everybody. Thank y'all for joining me today. Wow. Another beautiful Thursday. What's happening, my man Tony? See, Tony's just arrived. Tony's just walking through the door. So he ain't gonna miss this one. Good to see y'all. Thank y'all for coming on, man. It's Thursday night. Man, we got a treat for you. Really a big treat. And I'm honored to have this young man. He's younger than me. Good to see y'all. Thank y'all so much for coming on the program tonight. Y'all know who it is. We're going to get him on here shortly. But before we do, I want to talk about a match that's coming on tonight. And I know, Tony, you may be up watching this fight tonight. It's the WBO championship. Brian Norman Jr. versus Jin Asaki over in Japan. Yeah, over in Japan. Are y'all going to be up tonight for that? And man, I'm going to tell you what, I am. I'm setting my alarm clock. I want to see that fight. 147 pounders. Yeah. Brian Norman Jr. and Brian Norman Sr. is going to be there. So over in Japan, they get ready to gear up tonight, 4 a.m. Oh, this is on ESPN Plus. ESPN Plus tonight. That he's going to be on. So y'all go and watch that because I'm going to be up. I'm quite sure I am. And then there's another one this weekend I think it's Anaheim, California. I'm very interested in this one, and they've been talking junk back and forth to each other. That's Floyd Schofield and Tevin Farmer. Now that's going to be another good one. Now that's on Saturday. This coming up Saturday in California on the Zone. So those two matches got me really intrigued. For tonight with Brian Norman Jr. versus Jin Saki in Japan, Tokyo, Japan, and then you got Tevin Farmer and Floyd Schofield. Man, that's going to be a good one. I tell you that I'll definitely got to see that. That's on the Zone. But anyway, I want to get everything cranked up here as I normally do. This is an online program that is the work of talk and discussion. This is an online talk show that educate adult audiences. Parental advisory is advised. Some things are not edited for children, so you know how we do it here on the People Show. This is rated R. Yeah, rated R. We grown folks, we may say a few bad things here and there, but this is the show for the people. That's what it's all about, and I'm glad to see y'all. Thank y'all for joining me wherever you may be on Instagram, X, Twitch, YouTube, and of course, Facebook. You can check us out right there, right now on all those channels. We're live on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube, and Twitch, and X. It's formerly known as Twitter. I don't know why. I don't even know why they even changed the name. It's been Twitter forever. And even when they messed around there and then changed the X, like that make it any better. You know what I'm saying? All right, yeah. But as I was saying, just waiting for my man to get in here shortly. He should be here arriving in any minute now. I saw him I didn't see him, but I spoke with him about 25 minutes ago. And that's no other than the BOXFATHER, Skip Crumpler. Yeah, I said it. Yeah, I said it. Good to get him on. But let me go back a little bit, just a little bit here. I want to talk about and Jerron Booth Ennis. Jerron Booth Ennis is moving up. I know Brian Norman Sr. said they wanted to fight him. That was the next fight on the list. But from what I'm understanding, sources say that Jerron Booth Ennis is moving up. He wanted to unify to 147, but I guess he's outgrown that weight class, and he's moving up. What do y'all think about Devin Haney situation? Yeah, he's talking about fighting. Who is that? He wanted to fight Teofimo Lopez, and Teofimo Lopez turned it down. Wow. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Richard Hitchison, over this past weekend, had a great win. He wants to fight T.O. He wants to fight everybody. Seems like to me he wants to fight everybody. But the one person that I don't hear him calling out is Gary Antoine Russell. Man, that 140-pound division is stacked. I don't even know why George Kambosos. I don't know why he needs to retire. And that's my opinion now. I have an opinion here, and I'm just shooting that out there. I think he needs to retire. Just like Loma did. Loma retired. He's 37 years old, if I'm not mistaken. He retired. He said, hell with that shit. I made my money. I ain't let these young bucks kick my you know what. You know what I'm saying? No doubt about it. So there's a lot going on. And we got the super fight. This is the question, but before my guests come on, this is the question before he comes on. We got the super fight. Do you think, and I want y'all, just think about it. Do you think the Bud Crawford and Canelo Alvarez fight is bigger than the Manny Pacquiao Mayweather fight? Do y'all think that? I mean, I'm just throwing that out there. Give you something to think about. That's coming up in September. and Turkey Al Sheik, and what's my man? For the UFC, Dana White is promoting it. I don't know how in the hell Dana White got to promote a fight. I don't know how he did it. I don't understand that. I don't understand how you can come from MMA and get over here and promote a fight. You know what I'm saying? I maybe somebody knows something more than I do. Hell, I don't know. You know, maybe somebody do. That's for sure. I don't know. Let me see where I'm gonna reach out to my man and see where he's at here, because we just spoke momentarily ago there, and I'm just trying to see what's happening here. But yeah, give me just a second. Let me see what the heck is going on here. You know, sometimes things happen at the spur of the moment. At the spur of the moment. Yeah. So I just dropped him a dime. You know how we do. We just drop him a dime and see when he's gonna pop in here. I know he already know what time he's supposed to be on. You know. Yep. Hold on. Well, wait a minute. Let's see what's going on here. He might have. Let me see what he's saying. He's talking to me now. You know, he's talking to me. So we'll see what's happening. But yeah, come on. We live, brother. Yeah. Hold on, y'all. Yeah. So give me just a minute. Let's him. He's coming in. I guess he's just running a little late. I don't know what happened there, but y'all please forgive me and please forgive him too. No problem there. Yep. Hold on. Yeah. Okay. All right. Hey, guess he'll be here in just a minute. We're just going anyway. We'll keep, talking about different things. There's a lot of stuff going on in the world today. As you know, Trump is doing his mess again. I don't know. What is this thing with Iran? Somebody tell me somebody tell me what is this thing with Iran? Is what's going on? Because I'm a little lost. You know what I'm saying? I don't keep up with the news like I used to. So every now and then I'll look over there. So much mess be going on. Let's get him in here. He's here now. Man, you running late, brother.
I'm on time. Hey, I was waiting on you, Donnie, man. I thank you and Jay York for having me on your show, man. The BOXFATHER is ready.
Yeah. All right, before we get started, man, glad to have you on the program today. Before we get started, I want you to tell the people who you are and where you're from, man.
Okay, this is Skip Crumpler, aka the BOXFATHER. I'm from Wilson, North Carolina, and I was raised in New York City. And I've been with boxing most of my life, from amateur to professional fighters. I once fought myself in New York City. I was in New York City. It was in 1970, way before most of you guys' time. But I started off in boxing, but I had a problem with my eye that I couldn't continue my career. So from that day on, I just started working with fighters. And here I am.
And I'm going to tell you what. I'm going to tell you this right here. You know everybody, but we're going to get into some of the people that you know and you've been around and you're associated with throughout your years. And Skip, I want to go back a little bit in time because I think I met you maybe about 5 to 6 years ago. And you're still the same person, same guy. But before you got, I think you just talked about it. Well, maybe you didn't, but before you got into boxing, before you did anything with boxing, what were you doing before you got into boxing?
Well, I was doing weightlifting. I was in like bodybuilding, but I never competed. But I was, like my old slogan, get ripped like Skip. So I was just weightlifting. But basically, I always had a love for boxing. Ever since Muhammad Ali fought Joe Frazier, I had a love when I was a kid for boxing. But weightlifting was my thing. Well, boxing was my thing, but I love weightlifting.
But you love weight
Bodybuilding.
Okay. Yeah. Bodybuilding. Bodybuilding. So it was bodybuilding before you got into the boxing. So were you in any tournaments? You was bodybuilding. You was a Lou Ferrigno guy. You was doing it.
Hey Don, I'm gonna be honest with you. I was saying get ripped like Skip. I thought I was built, but I'm gonna try to be hip. I went to a show with a friend of mine with my little chest sticking out. I said, "Oh man, God, Skip, I'm ready for this." And I walked in that room, man. Them guys look bigger than a Hulk. I said, "Oh Lord, this ain't for me." Made me look like Mary Poppins. I said, God, I thought I was built, had some muscles on me, but looking at them other guys, I told my friend, I'm leaving. I said, no. After all that work, all those years I've been lifting weights. Then I see guys in there, man, big as a house. And I said, man, It took my confidence away. I said, I better find me something else to do. But I continue to lift weights, but competing, it wasn't for me. Boxing was me.
Right. Boxing
that was me. That was my DNA. Okay. Yes, sir.
Right. Okay. Want to say hello to my man D'Angelo Evans. D'Angelo Evans. He says the man with the plan, Skip Crumpler, the OG, the great.
Hey, I love that guy. I told his trainer Marcus, look, check this out. I said, never in my life one of my guys will fight you. You never put them on the emergency list. Never. I told Marcus, look, who is my role model, and I love Muscle. Muscle is the man. You better check him out, man. Muscle is the man. I love that guy, man. But my guys would never fight him. I'm not that crazy.
I heard that. Well, at least one thing about it, you're honest about it, and you keeping it up real right here.
Hey, man, I'm keeping it real. I don't care how the fans feel. I'm gonna tell you the truth. Do you need any proof?
I want to say hello to my man, always around, Tony Burgess. Good to see you, Tony. Tony's always around. He's here tonight to listen to the conversation.
Yeah, Tony, don't never be phony. But I love some Tony. That's my brother. Tony and I go back a long ways in the amateur ranks. And man, I have nothing but all love for Tony Burgess. He's doing a great job teaching those boxers in Fayetteville, if I'm not mistaken, at Burgess Gym. And I'm following you, brother Tony. And I love what you're doing, man. Can't wait to see you at the next show. The BOXFATHER's in the house. Check me out.
I know that's right, brother. All right, here we go. You just, you're a young man. I mean, you are a young man, even though your age.
Yeah, you told us. You're telling the truth. Very young.
Yeah, man, you're very young. How do you keep yourself up in top condition and able to do that? How do you keep yourself up like that, man?
Well, Tony, it's a combination. Well, I eat healthy. I'm a vegetarian, and I exercise daily. I do my road work. I eat one meal a day. I run 3 miles daily, not daily, but like every other day. So it's a combination of eating right and doing my exercise.
Wow. You said, wait a minute.
Stress-free.
He said, I only eat one meal a day. What do you eat when you eat?
Well, well, if you consider fish meat, but really I eat fish. I don't eat no chicken, pork, or anything like that. But I eat a fish because it gives you a lot of proteins. Eat plenty of vegetables and fruits, carbohydrates, and I eat the things that most people love. I don't eat the thing that most people love. Maybe the hog, the pig, the pork. Excuse me. I know I'm offending a lot of people, but I'm gonna keep it real. You asked me a question, and so I'm gonna give you an answer. But I eat healthy food, man. I eat healthy food, and I'm stress-free. You don't never see me all stressed out, worried about anything. Look at me, 72 years old. God bless my soul. I'm ready, Tony. I think I can fight somebody right now, as long as it's not muscle.
Hey, D'Angelo, you hear that? He says, as long as it's not you, he can fight somebody. That's interesting.
Not that man.
That's interesting. You say you so you don't eat, and we get into how, because the question was asked today from a young man. Well, he's him, Fitness Tober asked today. He asked me. He said, "What does he eat, man?" So that we'll let the people know right now that you eat a lot of fish. So you don't eat chicken.
Yeah. I'm not a seafood fanatic. I like fish. You know, I love my tilapia fish, trouts and stuff like that. I don't, a lot of seafood I don't eat, like crabs and stuff like that. But I don't knock nobody, to each his their own. But I eat fish, no chicken, no pork. That's no meat. You know, if you consider fish as meat, then that's what I eat. You know, but basically I eat a lot of vegetables and eat a lot of fruits and stuff. You know, and three things I stay away from, and I tell anybody, is stay away from grease, pork, and sugar. Those are three killers: grease, pork, and sugar. And all the greasy food clogs your arteries up. Sugar is so dangerous. Stay away from sugar. And pork, it's a killer too. Those three: grease, pork, and sugar. I stay away from that.
Yeah. Okay. That's good. That's good advice. I hope y'all hear that and take that, because I know, as you said, sugar is deadly. That is this. It's
totally deadly. You know, I lost family members. You know, full of sugar, full of sweets.
So that's good. Y'all catch on to this, and as he said, the things that you should eat and take into your body, and that's, you're just giving your opinion on that. Yeah, your opinion on that.
And Donna, let me add on this. I have a scale, a digital scale. Not only that I weigh my fighters, I weigh myself, and I keep my weight at a minimum. For example, if I'm 160 pounds, 2 days later I shouldn't be 170 pounds. There's something wrong. So I watch my weight. I monitor my weight. It's very important. My weight. I'm 160 pounds. That's good for 72 years old. I consider myself in fight shape. 160 pounds, and I'm running. I'm not running like no old man. Not trying to insult elders. Because you can consider me one that's 72 years old. But man, I be getting out there doing. I be putting that work in, bro. I be putting the work in. That's why they call me the BOXFATHER. The father of boxing.
Yeah. You puts it in now. Skip rope and all that kind of stuff. Man. I mean, you doing
top
it.
Shape.
No doubt. No doubt. Yeah, for sure. Jay, he just come on, and good to see you, JJ York Productions. Oh, y'all know who he is. Y'all give him a round of applause. Matter of fact, I think I'll give him a round of applause. That's my partner out there.
Yes, sir. Jay York. I love that guy.
What your experience in boxing and as a fighter and a coach, how many years is that?
Be honest with you, I can go over 40 years. I started boxing. Let me say this. I started boxing in New York in 1970 under Don Turner, the one that trained Evander Holyfield, Larry Holmes, and recently we just lost the body snatcher, Mike McCallum. Don trained him, and Chop Corey, DeMarcus. He's trained so many fighters. Don and I go back over 40 years, and we still touch base with each other. He living in New Bern, North Carolina, and that's when I got started with Don Turner. He was my trainer. Ike Chestnut was my trainer, but Don Turner, he was my mentor.
Mentor. Mentor. Okay, yeah, sure. Don Turner was the coach for Evander Holyfield. He's from North Carolina, and I learned that about eight years ago that he's from New Bern, North Carolina, and he's a little bit older than you, isn't he?
He way older than me. I'm 72. I spoke to Don. I think Don is like 86 or 87. He got some milestones on me. He's talking about a little older than me. He way older than me. Anything over about 10 years is way over my length. But he's in good shape though. Don is in good shape for his age. He looks good.
Good. Does he? And let me ask you this question: Does he have a training facility down there somewhere?
What Don has, he have a camp in New Bern, North Carolina, but right now, presently, he's not running the camp. Don, like you say, he's getting up in age now. And when I spoke to him about a week ago, and he said he's a little tired now, so he's not keying in on boxing. He didn't know that Mike McCallum had died, and he trained him. I told him that. He said, "What?" I said, "Yeah, the body snatcher." So like Don have a camp, but I think last time he was running his camp, Marco Bailey was there, and Coach D, one of his kids, were there. Darren Reed, my brother Darren Reed, Coach D, one of his kids was training there. But Don started with Sergio Kovalik. What's the guy named that fought? Ward, Andre Ward.
Andre Ward.
Well, Don was training him, and he was at Don's camp. He was at Don camps. A lot of good fighters came out of Don Turner camp. A lot of them. Great fighters.
Great fighters. Yeah, he has a lot of great fighters over there. Skip, and what are some of your you got? I know you got a lot of achievements that you won with your fighters and coaching them. What are some of the notable achievements that you have since you've been a coach? Coaching. What are some of the achievements that you have acquired?
Well, I think the last one was 2015 when I was inducted in the North Carolina Hall of Fame. And I achieved a lot, but as far as awards like that, it was the Carolina Hall of Fame. And I had gotten medals and stuff from Michael Williams Sr., my brother Michael Williams Sr. He always taking care of us. And different one when LaVonda Stacy was on the scene, she gave me some platinum, different things. And so little small, awards, medals and stuff like that for achieving working with fighters. Yeah.
Okay, great. I want to say hello to some people that are joining us right now. I want to say hello, Latrice Johnson. Hello to you. Thank you for joining us today on the D Hall People Show in conjunction with my man Jay. Yeah. I know you work with a lot of fighters, a lot of boxers. What are some, you know what? And I think I asked some trainers this before, but I'm going to definitely ask you this. What are some of the common mistakes you see in fighters, man, right now today?
Some of the common mistakes that I see in them, as far as in the ring, you talking about in the ring?
Yeah. Yes, in the ring, yes.
Well, it's I can go so many places with this. A lot of fighters not as defensive, and a lot of fighters don't let their hands go. They don't throw as many punches as they should throw. And it's technical. It's just like, throwing a lot of jabs, setting up your jab. Everything leads behind your jab. But most of them are getting hit because they don't have no defense, and partially some of it come with inexperience,
Right. Okay, gotcha.
And let me say this here. And some of them don't want to fight. I mean, people be saying, Skip, you speaking about your guys? I say, not really. Not only my guys. I see guys with boxing skills and won't get out there and perform. My guys speak for themselves, But some of my guys, I put it that way. I work with good fighters, Martinez Clay, work with Jamar Freeman. I can just go on and on. I don't want to keep naming because I might leave somebody out. But those are notable ones that I work with.
Yeah. And this is another thing that, and we're just talking about the fighters and the work that they put in and how they operate when you're training them. Some fighters' footwork and balance is not that great that I've seen. It's not that great. How do you reinforce the proper technique for the fighter to be able to balance himself and do his correct footwork?
Well, that comes with the territory. You got fighters in the gym. You're teaching them techniques, how to step, how to jab, how to slip, how to weave, how to box. That's constantly workouts that you do on a regular basis. Some get it and some of them don't. Some catch on faster than others. And some of them really never going to be a fighter. You can train them all every day, and they just don't get it. But
hold that thought. I got a call coming in. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
What's up?
What's up, my man? How you doing?
This is the one and only. Jay York.
You know what? You know what I was going to say? That could be any daggone body. You know what I'm saying?
Skip, what's up, Skip?
What's up? What's up? The BOXFATHER in the house.
Skip. The BOXFATHER, daggone the name Skip. What's up, Skip?
What's up with you?
I'm chilling, man. I'm chilling. I'm at work. I had to try to get somewhere where I hope my signal didn't drop. But Skip, I got a couple of questions for you, man.
Yeah, hey, bring it on, brother. Bring it on. Cause Skip's home.
Okay. All right. Well, I see you like when we at the fights and stuff like that. You're in a lot of fighters' corner.
Yes.
So are you? I mean, do all those fight? Do you represent all those fighters that you're in their corner, or are you like a paid corner man for them, or whatever? Because I mean, like, it was like 3 or 4 fighters came up, and you was in every last one of their corner.
Well, let me put it this way: it's all the above. Go ahead. Now, what I was getting ready to say is, I bring on fighters myself, but when I get to shows, a lot of people want me to work their corner. I'm a cut man, and I work a lot of fighters' corners. I work. I don't even know the fighter, and I get paid. I get paid for it. And most of them, when they see me, they say, "Skip, well, you gonna work my corner?" Now, the first question: I bring a lot of fighters to shows. I make the show. I might bring the minute fighters I brought to a show were 15. That was in Charlotte, North Carolina, on Lavonda show. 15. All 15 fighters fought on because Bill Glancy was the referee for that show. And anybody that know me, I be bringing sometimes from 10 to 15 fighters, but not now because I cut back. But it's a lot of hard work putting them many fighters on the show. But I had a whole blue corner. I didn't work about one of them. I had to have somebody to work the corners because I had to wrap hands and everything. And imagine you wrapping 15 hands. That's a job. But to answer your question is, I bring fighters and I support fighters.
Okay.
All right. Now, all right. So, Skip, now listen. You are the most entertaining corner man I ever seen. Sometimes you're more exciting than the actual fight. Now, that brings me to ask you this, because I see a lot when you're in the fighter's corner and stuff like that. I see you spraying water in their face, slapping them. You cuss them out. You gotta get out there and fight. You gotta get out there and fight.
That's me, man.
Fighter to get,
Jay, you got to it's kind of like breaking up a little bit. If you could just slow it down just a little bit.
But I heard what you said. When I work a fighter corner, no matter what people say about me, always gonna be haters out there. I try to motivate even the guys with no experience. I try to make them feel like they're the best fighter in the world. I try to get in their head. If I had to pop them side of the head because they're not doing anything, all right? I try to get into, like I said, I push a fighter. I think I can do it better than anyone. I work with a lot of fighters. Fighters be telling me sometimes, Skip, I can't go another round. I'm so-and-so. I say, shut up. You just don't want to fight. So I might confidently get up there and go another round, 2 more rounds, and they might pull the fight off. Man, I'm the magic man when it comes to boxing, man. I'm everywhere, man. When you see me and I'm spraying the water and stuff like that, keep the floor from getting wet up. That's one way for, water all over the floor, the spray baller, sprinkle that. And I got, I have everything. I'm a cut man. I have everything. I know how to operate. I'm one person working the corner most of the time, but where I move, you might think it's 3 or 4. Say, damn, who would Skip? It's me against the world. The BOXFATHER. You looking at him. Sometimes I get hyped up. I ain't on none of that stuff, though. But I get hyped. But I'm right.
Get hyped. Get hyped.
Okay, this is my last question, Skip. My last
Go ahead,
question.
brother. I love it.
What if a person? Okay, now because I heard you say you used to be into bodybuilding and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So, what's good for sore muscles?
That's a good question. Sometimes it depends on how old you are. But so much you can use. Epsom salt, and it's so much you can use. Some people use Bengay, but that's old school. But the best thing to do is stretch a lot. That's good because you get sore. Sometimes you don't warm up and stuff like that. So stretching and warming up real good, it takes some of the soreness out of you. And unless your body is not built like Skip, you're not built for just stretch, man, and warm up,
What about soaking in Epsom salt? Some people say that's good for sore muscles.
Well, it's some people. What work for you might not work for me. You got to experiment. You got to find your own solution to the pollution. You got to know what's good for you, and what works for you might not work for the BOXFATHER. So you got to find out what's what's clicking for you.
Do you take aspirin?
No, I don't take no. I don't take no kind of medication. In fact, I don't even take vitamin pills. I don't like nobody for taking vitamin pills, but I don't need it. I'm healthy. I might not be wealthy, but I damn sure is healthy. I'm in shape no matter what it takes. But no, I don't take any aspirin. I don't take any Anacin, no Tylenol. I don't take none of that stuff. I'm blessed. I thank God that I don't take it. But if I need it, I would take it. But at this point in my life, I don't even take any vitamin pills. And I'm in top shape. Trust me.
Yeah. I think something happened there. Jay fell off, but you answered his question. He probably called. He may call back. No doubt. Let's give Jay a round of applause. They're great questions. Man. No doubt about it. Maurice L. Jacobs says you trained his kid. I think you said you trained his kid a couple of weeks ago. And y'all won the fight. That's what he said. Maurice Jacobs. You know him?
Yeah, Maurice Jacobs is my brother. I work with his kid, and Coach Bishop Holmes works with his kid at Katai Academy, and good kid. He just won a fight on. Let me think. Whose show was we on? Was it Andre Thompson show in Wilmington, North Carolina? Okay. And it was a good event. It was a great show. Yeah, I trained his kid.
Yeah. Okay.
Got a lot of potentials too. I like that kid.
Latrice Johnson says she says she's a part of that D'Angelo crew there, but she's got a question for you. So I guess she's going to put her question up. Let's see what we got here for you, Skip.
Okay.
All right. Let me see. I think she pulled me. Where's that question? Is that question there? All right. Let's see. Don't see it right now. She said she had a question for you, but anyway, we'll come back to that in a moment. Skip, being a trainer, and I want you to tell me how you do this because I know there's a way you do it. Your fighter's got a loss. He's lost the fight. What is your approach? What is your approach to your fighter in handling him in defeat? What do you say to him in defeat? Being a trainer.
Well, it depends on how he's defeated. All right, 9 times out of 10, say for example, if he didn't put out enough, and if he got an L by a decision, I would tell him we need to work harder. Don't look down. Keep your head up. We got to go back to the drawing card. Now, on the other hand, you get fighters in there might give up quick or something like that. Maybe not in shape. I tell them, man, you need to stay in the gym, man. I don't feel sorry for you. Maybe that's what you needed to get knocked out or whatever situation. I keep it real with them. I don't sugarcoat it. I keep it real, 100, and I tell them, man, then another reason the fighter might get in there, won't let his hands go.
And I'm the type of person who would try to push a fighter. It's different reasons. When a fighter loses a fight, you could have done better. Number one, you didn't put out enough. Number two, did you come to fight? Number three, it's so many reasons. And some of these fighters can be lazy. Some of them don't have any skills and might be mismatched or something like that. It's so many reasons. But I would tell them we got to do better. Go back to the drawing card. It depends on what their weakness is. That's how I can answer that.
Okay, great answer on that, man, brother. Great answer. Matter of fact, hey, let's give him a round of applause on that one. It was a good doggone answer, man. I tell you. What's up? Hello to my man T-Bone out of Fayetteville, North Carolina. Good to see you. Thank you for stopping in, T. I know everything is good with you today. Thank you for coming in and joining the People Show. Always, he's been on the show too. As my man, he's all right. My man T-Bone out of Fayetteville, North Carolina. Maurice Jacob says, good show. Was good. Thank you. Here goes the question right here Latrice has for you. Have you ever worked with Marcus Luck?
Marcus Luck, I love that guy. He's my role model. Marcus Luck and I have been all over the world. We've been on Showtime, HBO, ESPN, and man, that brother and I go back a long way. That's why I call him a role model, Donnie, because Marcus Luck, have I ever worked with Marcus Luck? Absolutely. We've been on at Madison Square Garden, you name it. That's my brother, Marcus Luck. That's why they call him Luck. He don't mess up. Yeah, we have a lot of fun together, In fact, I got to get down and see my brother from Danville, Virginia, because we long past dude. Yes, I work with Marcus Luck, and I will continue to work with Marcus Luck. Love that man.
Yeah, great guy. Yeah, I worked with Marcus. We worked. I think we was in South Carolina, and we did some comment. He had asked me to commentate on a fight that night, and I did. We worked together as commentators, and he was a really good dude, man. Really good dude.
Great guy.
He really is. I want to say hello to B. Lee, my man out of West Virginia. Always, I see you, B.
My brother, B. Lee. The man you want to see is B. Lee. That's my brother too, B. Lee.
Yeah, B. Lee, my man. B. Lee was at you was at Top Rank, man. You had pictures all over the place, man. I see you, brother, doing your thing. I think you had a fighter there. I think fighting at Top Rank or something like that. But anyway, my man, the one and only. We got to give him a round of applause. Everybody a round of applause. Michael Williams Sr., good to see you, man. Thank you for coming in.
Oh, my man, Mike. The one I told not to fight. And I told him, get away from the game because his son's going to make a change.
Right.
What's up, Mike Sr.?
Mike Sr. in the house, my man. Good to see you, Mike. Man, it's been great, man. We're still rocking here. Let me see here. Maurice put up 100. I hear you, brother. Skip, you've been around a lot of world champions. You know a lot of people. What's the secret, man, to you being around so many champions, being in their corners and working them? Man, how do you get the opportunity like that, man? How do you get that opportunity to do that?
Well, Donnie, start from the bottom to the top. First, you got to be on the platform where the fighter's at. By me knowing a lot of people, and I've been around, I go to different places, different shows, and I don't know, my name pops up. Man, I'll go Skip Crumpler. He's a good cut man. And one thing leads to another one. It's the people, it's your surrounding, that you be around, Like, for example, you take Michael Williams Jr., the boy wonder, when he fought in New York. I got a chance to meet fighters, top rated fighters and stuff like that. People like that will get you connected to other people, and it started from the bottom to the top. You're on a small scale, and then you build your way up.
Let me grab this call.
Okay.
Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Come on, man. Y'all know I had to call it.
What's up, Senior?
Yeah, D-Hawk.
What's up, my guy?
300.
Good to hear from you always, Mike. How you doing?
How y'all doing today?
Man, we're doing great, man. How you doing?
I'm good, man. I just wanted to check in, man.
Yeah,
that's
good.
You listening?
Yeah, he hear you.
Yes, I hear you, Michael. See, who don't hear you? When you speak, everybody listen. Talk about, do you hear me? Man, shut up. Brother, we hear you. Your voice is louder than Bill Haney.
Yeah. We know the closed mouth don't get fed, man, and you got to speak up sometimes. But listen, Skip, it's about you today. I want to say, first of all, D Hall, we love you to death, bro.
Yes, sir.
Skip, love you so much, man. Thank you.
Love you guys too, man.
5 years with Mike Jr. Yes, you've been with Mike Jr. for 5 years. I've known you forever. You know Mike Jr. since he was.
That's right.
I want to say, bro, we appreciate you so much. But I want to
appreciate you all.
Real quick. Yeah, and I'm gonna make it fast. So D-Hall, back in 2013, I was gonna make my pro debut, bro. I had the itch. I just wanted to box just because. And so I wanted a quick way in. So I called Skip. I said, Skip, let's go ahead and shake up the game because I can fight a little bit. I said, so I'm gonna get with you, and when guys try to call you and try to get an easy win in the heavyweight division, I'm gonna get them. Right. So Skip was with it, D-Hall. He was like, all right, cool, let's do it. I'm gonna get you some fights. So I'm training, and then I posted a video of Mike Jr. and Skip seen Jr. And Skip said, hey man, look, you on your thirst, man. He was like, why are you doing it? I said, just because. He said, no. I just watched Mike Jr. Your son got talent, man.
Right.
He said, be patient. Stop what you're doing. Focus on Mike. And I listened to him, D-Hall.
Yeah.
And Mike Jr. is a National Boxing Association World 23 and won as a professional. Skip, I love you so much. That was the best fight.
And I love you. Hey, brother, and I'm glad that I'm part of the Williams team, the Wonder Boy, Mike Williams Jr., and we got 24 more years to go. And, man, I'm just ready for the next show.
Yeah, no doubt, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, so look.
That's my brother, Michael Senior.
I just want to drop that story because Skip had mentioned it. Shout out to you and Jay York, D-Hall.
Thank you, man. Thank you, Mike. Much love always for me and Jay.
Thank you, Mike.
Always,
thank you for the kind words.
All right.
No doubt. 300, baby.
All right, brother. Yeah, there you go, Mike Williams Sr. Wow, that was a great story. I like that story. I like that.
Man, but it's real. He's telling the truth. That's my brother, man. Yeah. You know, he put me on many platforms before, you know, and I have nothing but love for him and Junior. Nothing but love, man, and the whole Williams team. You know, we all family.
Yeah. Maurice Jacobs says KTA family sends love, Skip. They send their love to you, my guy. Yeah.
I appreciate it. I hope y'all better send me a check then. You love me that much. No, I was just joking. Now, Maurice, my brother, we talk every day. Maurice Jake and I talk every day, man. He's man. I love the guy to death, man. You know, we might talk 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. That's what friends do, you know, talk about boxing and life, you know. But he's okay. His son too. Yeah. We winding it down, but I got a few more questions to ask you, Skip. We had a great show so far. Did you ever? Well, let me go back with this one because before I forget it, you're a cut man. And you deal with the cuts, of course. During your time as being a cut man, was there ever a time that you couldn't stop the bleeding? Well, be honest with you, I'm trying to think at the moment. Yeah, it's times where I could stop it, but if they get hit again, it will open the wound back up. But 9 times out of 10, I stop the bleeding. Let me say this right quick. What started me be a cut man? I don't know if most of y'all know Martinez Clay. He lives in Philadelphia now. Well, Martinez Clay, we were fighting at a place called Michael 8th Avenue. It's in Maryland. And he got a cut over his eye. It was a 10-round fight he was fighting. He got a cut over his eye in the 3rd round. And the doctor, the referee was going to stop. I said, no, let me work on it. At that time, I was not a cut man. But I just did my little magic and stuff like that. And I stopped the cut. Everybody was saying, even the doctor said after the show, well, let me make a long conversation short. He lost the fight, but he went the whole 10 round and no blood flow. No, he didn't bleed anymore. And I said to myself, man, Skip, you're good. You know, I just, I'm going to be a cut man. And that was like in the 90s, And from there, my name started growing. I was on Showtime with different people. I was on ESPN with Teddy Atlas said good words about me. And I didn't really like Teddy that much. But when he said Skip Crumpler cut, man, and he doing a good job, and so on, because this guy got cut up, man. He got some bad cuts. But I did my thing. And so from that time on, my confidence is this high, you know? I know what I'm doing. You know, you got to know what you're doing.
Right, you definitely.
Because you see a lot of guys so-called cut, man. If the fighter start bleeding or something like that, they will wipe it with a rag, which it will irritate the wound. You got to have the right stuff, you know, to use and to draw the blood out, the gall stuff to draw the blood out. Yeah. And someone don't know what they're doing, and I can be looking at myself. I need to be in that guy's shoe because you got the best cut man in the business. You know, I know how to work cuts. Trust me.
Yeah, okay. Got a question. I think Latrice Johnson, she's asking me a question. She says, she's asking me, she said, for a female starting in the marketing industry, what would you advise her? What would you advise her to start? How would you advise her to start? I don't think she was trying to say.
Start off. You're talking about start off in boxing?
She's talking about. She's asking me about the marketing industry. She's asking me that. That's what she's asking me.
Not marketing. Training.
Marketing. No, not you. She's asking me.
Oh, ask you. I'm sorry. That's okay. That question directly to you. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Well, Latrice, well, I'm gonna tell you what you need. You're gonna need a good producer, somebody that can lead you and guide you in the right direction. You're gonna need someone to help expose you in a good way. And I'm giving you a prime example is Jay. Jay is into that field of marketing. That person's like, he markets my show. He's marketing the promos. You need somebody that's can use your talent and build your talent. That's what you need. You need somebody in that marketing field in the industry to build your talent. If you're good at something, get somebody to work with you to market yourself. If that make any sense, I hope it does. Yeah. Here we go. She says, "How could I get in touch with you, Skip?" Latrice.
All you got to do is you can get in touch with me on Instagram. Start off with Facebook. It's Skip Crumpler on Facebook as my name, SKIP Crumpler on Facebook. You know, and Donnie, you can inbox my number. I don't care about giving out my number. You know, but you can inbox my number. Okay.
Okay. Last 1 to 2 questions here. We have big super fight, I call it, coming up. I call it super fight. People call it whatever they want to call it. The Canelo Alvarez Bud Crawford fight in September. Do you think that fight was bigger than Mayweather? Is going to be bigger than Mayweather versus Pacquiao about however long ago that was?
Honestly, I don't think so, because the Mayweather Pacquiao fight was so big that some people had Mayweather as an underdog, and Pacquiao was at his best during the time he fought Mayweather. All right. And it's going to be a good fight, but I would say, I don't know if it's going to live up to that, but I hope so. But I love that fight myself, because I love Crawford and I love Canelo, but I love Crawford more. But to answer your question, I don't think any fight would be bigger than that Mayweather and Pacquiao fight. I mean, that fight was large, you know.
Yeah, it was.
And it's like asking this Sugar Ray Leonard, do I think he's better than Mayweather? Absolutely. Yes, I think he was better than Mayweather. I can easily answer there. Mayweather's undefeated. He got a beautiful record. But in the average, Sugar Ray was fighting 15-round fights, and man, he was a dog, you know. And the competition that he was up against was not like the competition. It was better, tougher competition than Mayweather was against. But I know that's another subject. You know, I just wanted to add it to it. You know? But something I want to say before you ask the last question, Donnie, you know, a lot of people will ask me, Skip, why do you put those inexperienced fighters on a show you know they can't fight? And my response to them, you know, well, they asked for the fighters, number one. And number two, the fighters got to eat. They got to live like anybody else. And you know, some of them out there affiliated with games and stuff like that. 1 out of 10, maybe, you know, I feel like it might change their life. I had fighters that come up to me and say, Skip, man, I'm glad you got me that fight. Because be honest with you, I would get ready to go rob somebody. And I'm sure this is a true story. Guys that came up to me and said, man, you didn't get me that fight, man. I don't know what the hell I would have done, man, because I needed money. Some of them owe child support. They owe the lawyer, bail bondsman, and they don't have anything to eat. It's so many problems. I lived in the hood. I grew up in the hood. I know how these guys live. Then the next question, I'm going to make it short. Guys will ask me, well, Skip, ain't you scared they'll get hurt? I said, no worse than them drive-bys that someone be doing in the street. And I say, number two, most of the guys inexperienced don't get hurt much. It's the one that can fight, because a guy inexperienced can get hit with one shot. He's gone. He's down. And next thing you know, he's going to get up because he ain't going to get beat down. He's going to get hit with one shot. He might just he might drop. And that's it. If it go past one, it's a blessing. And this is a lesson. But, you know, I don't worry about the guys off the street getting hurt. I worry about my seasoned fighter like Jamal Freeman and Kevin King, different ones. We go on and name them, you know. And those are the guys I worry about. Then some of my guys off the street pull upsets, like Lamarco Ellis, you know, pull upset. And it's so many. I just naming him because, you know, he's the first one popped in my head. But, you know, the reason why I put guys off the street, because I try to help them. They try to help their families. They don't have no jobs or nothing like that. And like I said, they're out there in the streets selling drugs, doing things they shouldn't be doing. So maybe I'm giving them an opportunity. Then the next thing people say, well, Skip, I heard people rumor, you take the guys' money, just a lie. And now every fighter corner that I work, my fighters, now I ain't talking about people out there, other fighters, the one that I bring to a show, I don't take any money from them. I'm talking about my fighters now. If I'm working somebody from out of town somewhere else, yes, I'm going to be compensated for it. I should be. But my fighters, I try to help them. You know, my love for them, because I know how they live. All right? I just want to clarify things. When people say, and you know, I take the money, take what? They don't make enough money for me to take.
Money for you to take. Right. Exactly. Yeah. All right. And that's, I'm glad you got that cleared up, because I know somebody was thinking about that. That was very nice.
Yeah.
That was very nice.
Nobody didn't answer that question. I decided to tell them why I bring fighters off the street. Man, they human just like you are. You know, they have a choice to go to the gym and train, but they do otherwise. You know, I can't help that, but still they gotta eat. Wouldn't you rather for me to put a guy in the ring than see a guy there in the street shooting up the neighborhood?
Yeah. Hey,
you know, which one is better?
I'm in agreement with that. I'm in agreement.
You know, you talk about them, and people talk about my fighters like a dog behind closed doors. They call me Skip, man. I know your guy can't fight. You know, my show about to fall apart, man. I need such and such a person. That guy could be 0-8, 0-9, never been past one round. But you begging for him. But you talk behind my back. But behind closed doors, you call me up 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. Skip, I need you to save my show. People don't know it's so much I do for boxing. Not what boxing does for me, is what I do for boxing. That's why I'm the box father. And I'm not mad. I'm a little hyped up. But keeping it real, Donnie, no matter how I feel, brother, I got to keep it real.
Yeah.
And I'm not on no pills.
You keeping it real. That's for sure.
You can call it law, but I'm going to keep it raw.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. I mean, you're saying what is, you know, what you
I'm gonna tell you, anyway. I have to say what people go in their mind. They might not want to say it on the show. There's people like me and some people don't like me. I don't worry about that. You know, I have my trust in God. As long as, you know, that's what keeps me going. Everybody got some hater somewhere. They hated Jesus Christ. You know,
that's it.
So I'm nowhere near him. But I'm thankful for Donnie. I'm so thankful, though. I'm blessed, and you know the rest.
Yes, you are. You're a blessed guy, man. No doubt about it. Got a last question. We're gonna take this last question right here. Okay. Y'all could have called in tonight. We did have 2 callers tonight, but anyway, we're gonna take this last question here. She says, "What do you think?" Latrice Johnson says, "What do you think about Manny coming out of retirement to fight?"
Well, I look at it 2 or 3 ways. Some boxers never retire. You know, sometimes it's not the money. Sometimes it is the money. You the IRS or someone, you blew a lot of money and you got to get back in there and make up for it. Now, some fighters just boxing fanatics. They just something they got to do. And now to answer your question first, Manny getting back, I don't know the reason. Maybe he feel he bored or something like that. He loved the spotlight. He been in the spotlight. It can be so many reasons that he's getting back. But, he never really taken that much punishment. If if he punched drunk or something like that, I'd say he shouldn't. But he seemed to be very active, very, alert and everything. And they're going to pay him good money. But, to each is their own. I can't really say because I don't know how his physical or mental condition is. It's hard to answer that because maybe this guy, I'm 72 years old and I feel great. So he's nowhere as older than me. But, sometimes you do what you feel is best for you to do.
Right. Great answer. Yeah, great answer, man. No doubt about that, man. Great answer. All right, man. Wow, what a great show, man. We had a great show tonight. Skip, I truly thank you for coming in and being on a part of this program tonight. You got any questions that you may have for me?
Only thing I want to say to you, Donnie and Jay York, I'm so thankful to God for you inviting me because it's a long time coming. We had this conversation a long time. Skip, I want you on my show. And this thing, something be coming up, you stay busy and I stay busy. But, God brought us together. You and Jay York, the Jay York production. Yeah. And man, it's an honor being on your show, man. The best show, the people's show. That's why they call it the people's show. I want everybody to know, you ain't gonna fall as long as you're dealing with Donnie Hall. And you're never the part when you're dealing with Jay York. This is Skip, baby. I'm the best. And, I'm blessed, And I just want to thank you guys, man. You got to invite me again, a young person like me. 10 more years, I'd be 82 years old. God bless my soul. But I'm still ticking, I'm still on top of my game and I haven't changed.
I know that's right, my brother. Got a call coming in. Let's take this call one time.
Okay.
Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from? Caller, what's your name? Where you calling
from? Hey, man, I got a question for you.
Yeah, come on with it.
Hey, man, this Tobies, man. I'm checking you out on Instagram right now.
Yes, sir.
But I was listening, man, and my man got he got some knowledge with him.
Oh, yeah.
But I got a question for him, man. What do you think about, like, with the internet and everything? Is today, do you think today's fighters have an easier role than the 80s, 70s, and 80s? Even in the 90s, with this internet age?
Okay, first, who I'm talking to? Who was I'm talking to? I didn't catch that name. Who was I'm talking to?
What's your name, caller?
This is Tobies.
Tobies.
Who is that, Donnie?
Tobies. I think his name is Tobies. Where you calling
Tobies.
from?
Okay. And your question, repeat the question one more time because I was trying to catch the name. I'm sorry. Repeat the question one more time. Maybe you can relate it to me, Donnie. If you can. What is the question again?
Do you think today's fighters, the fighters we have today, do you think they have an easier to start them and getting on TV and getting these deals? Is it easier for them today because of the internet, or do you think the 80s just had it a little harder?
Well, technology now tells everything. To be on a platform now, it's a lot easier today than it was back in the days. They didn't have internet, and and you didn't have that kind of media like we have now on the Donnie Show. And so it's better now, and it's so much better now thanks to the technology now. Years ago, we didn't have all of that. And, it's easy to put a fighter on the platform. And I hope I'm answering your question. If not, you just can repeat it. But it's better now. This is a different era now,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you answered my question. That's kind of what I was looking for. It just seems like now fighters aren't proven. But you hear about them, you see them everywhere. And even now, you kind of alluded to it a little earlier when you were saying that the Canelo Bud fight wasn't. You didn't think it was the hype was going to be as big, and that kind of leads into what I was saying. Right. Yeah, I appreciate.
Well, not really. Let me say this. It's like not directly I say the height. I said that I was asked is the Mayweather and Pacquiao do I think it's bigger than going to be bigger than that? Yes, I think it's going to be big, but not big as in Pacquiao. That's just my opinion. Now you can get 10 people up here; they're going to say differently. But that's my opinion. I understand where you're coming from, my brother, but that's just my opinion. Now, I can't speak for everybody else, but I feel like the magnitude of Mayweather and Pacquiao, the world was trying to watch that fight because they waited for so long for this fight to come together for years, and finally we had a chance to watch it. Now, Terrence Crawford, people are going to be looking at that because it's two different weight divisions. Canelo is bigger and heavier than Crawford, but to me, Crawford is smarter, and both of them got good skills. But I think Crawford wouldn't be taking a fight like that of that magnitude if he didn't feel like he can win that fight. I know you didn't ask me that, but because I'm a Crawford fan. But it's a different, it's a different because of two different weight classes, and Crawford can make history, but Mayweather can make history because he fought somebody at pretty much his level. But the Crawford fight is different. You fighting a guy that in a lower division, fighting a guy almost a cruiserweight. So for that to be said, that's a totally different fight.
Yeah, good. Hey, that's a great answer there.
I feel the same way, man. I feel the same way, man. It was just good to hear somebody that's inside the industry say that they feel the same way.
Yeah, thank you, brother. Thank you for the questions.
Thank you, man. Thank you for coming over Instagram. I can't see right now over on Instagram, but I appreciate y'all that's over there watching right now over on Instagram and Twitch and X and all that. Thank you so much for calling in, my brother.
No problem, man. Anytime. Thank you for what you do.
Yes, sir. All right, there you go, man. Appreciate you, brother. There you go. Man, let me give my man a round of applause. That was a great question, man.
Yes, it was.
Great question.
Great question.
Latrice, you can look me up on my Facebook. Reach me out on Donnie Hall, and I'll contact you. You can reach me that way, for sure. Okay. Skip, what a night. It's been great. It's been great, man. It's been a wonderful night.
I enjoyed it, Donnie. I really enjoyed it. Now, man, I'm so happy that I'm on your show. And I just want to thank you and Jay York, for having me. It's been a long time coming, but it came.
Yes, sir, it has. It came. Sometimes the timing, it's like a push. Yes. The timing, it's timing.
That's true.
It's like that, man. You know what I'm saying? It's like baking a cake, man. We rise to the top, brother.
That's right. That's right.
No doubt about it, man. Any last words before we go, man?
No, I'm happy to be on the show, and I hope that people keep tuning in on the J Hall, the People's Show, and tune in because it's a great show. And we said it's going to be a great show, and it is a great show. And I hope that people keep tuning in. Because, Donnie, I want to say this, you're doing a great job, brother, and keep doing what God bless you to do.
Oh, yes.
And don't trip. Just don't never forget about Skip. I'm on track. I'm ready to come back.
We're going to have you back on before the end of the year. We're definitely going to have you back on because you got so much knowledge.
Well, another year from now, I'll be like 74-ish, but it doesn't matter. I'm still going to be looking good. Look at the smile. Look at my smile. The hell with the crowd. Just joking with you, Johnny, but I feel good. But I feel, like I said, I feel healthy and I feel a little bit wealthy.
I hear you, my friend. Great show, man. Thank you for coming on and being a part of the D-Hall People Show. And I think Jay, wait a minute. Answer this one, then we got to get out of here. Jay says, is Jake Paul a real fighter?
Who? Jake Paul? What about Jake Paul?
Is he a real fighter?
Well, it's just like asking Sylvester Stallone a real fighter. He can fight, but as a boxer, I mean, he's he getting all the media attention and everything. But to being there with a real fighter, it's a question mark, And I can't really answer that, He's not on BoxRec. as you know. So it's hard to evaluate him. You know, I think he's he's like a star. You know, he's a celebrity in his own way.
I tell you what, we're gonna find out when he fights Julio Cesar.
If you want to find out he's a real fighter, put him up there with Gerard Enos or some of those guys, and then we can see what's left. We'll know more about his health. You know, you want to see him if he's a real fighter. Put in some guys like that, you know, and then we'll know.
Well, he's getting ready.
No,
he's getting ready.
To me, he's more an entertainer than a fighter.
Yeah, and that's what I was going to say. But we're going to find out a lot about that when he fights Julio Cesar Chavez. We're going to find out. Look, Skip, I got to go, man. Great show. Thank you for coming on the People Show tonight, man. We'll catch you next time, man. Appreciate you, Skip.
And thank you. Okay, yes, all right. Sign out. All right, you take care, my brother. Thank you.
All right. Great show, man. Wow. We learned a lot tonight. No doubt about it. I appreciate y'all. I appreciate everybody that came on tonight. Jay, Michael Williams, Latrice, D'Angelo. Oh man, it's just been a lot of people. Maurice Jacobs, we appreciate y'all, man, for stopping in. And those people that sitting back watching me, we thank you too. We thank you for coming on and watching us and being a part of me and Jay right here on the People Show. Man, it's been a wonderful night tonight. And those on the Instagram, appreciate y'all, man. Thank you. I can't see you right now. I'm trying to get that corrected where I can see the Instagram people, but we are over there and on X also. We'll be back Sunday. We'll be back Sunday at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're going on the West Coast. We're going on the West Coast, man. We got a young man, fighter out there, Stephen Sittel, and he's coming on. Young man, and he's got a crowd with him. He's got that Mexican crowd. And man, I'm gonna tell you something. They coming to the show. Y'all better get ready for this one. 2 back-to-back shows coming. We just had this one with Skip. Truly amazing, man. Good guy, man. Love the guy. You gotta love him. You can't do him but love him. 71 years old, you know what I'm saying? And got a good soul. I'm trying to rob like him and shit. But anyway, we'll see you Sunday. Yeah, we got a big crowd coming in Sunday from the West Coast out there in Bakersfield, California. That's where we're going to be. And shout out to my man, Derek Rayner. What's happening, brother? Good to see you. Thank you. It's the end of the show now. So you guys, look, we're getting ready to get out of here. Thank y'all so much. We'll see you Sunday at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's going to be 1 p.m. Pacific out on the West Coast. We're in Bakersfield, California. Talking with my man, young man. Yeah, Stephen Sittel. Yeah, sure. All right. See you later.
That's our time on The People Show. Join us next time with our new exciting guest. To be a guest on The People Show, email dmost42@gmail.com. The People Show is a J. York production. Thanks for your comments, call-ins, and questions.